Now it's time to take you to my favourite chub swim on the beautiful River Ribble here at Preston. Using a little bit of bread, one hook, one weight, one rod and one reel. Nothing else. I'm going to show you how easy it is to catch a chub. Here we go. Right, so I'm after the chub. What am I going to use for bait? You know, I go into the fishing shops these days and I'm looking on the shelves, and all the ground baits are far too expensive. Ground bait is far too expensive. I will not use it. On the other hand, this is just average bread. This is how I catch my fish. Very, very simple. A few slices, just like that. A landing net, drop it in, take this down to the river, just drop it in the water, take it back out, mush that bread up, you've got some ground bait. It's true what they say, isn't it? You don't need much fishing gear to have a beautiful time. This is my fishing gear. That little box, that's all I've brought with me. A pair of scissors, and in that box, a hook, a couple of weights. And that's me, I'm fishing. Happy days. So here we have it, the simplicity of my rig today, basically. It's a size 4 Drennan Super Specialist hook, which is tied with a double blood knot onto braid. Come up the line, and then tied another length of braid on with the 4-turn water knot, and then coming down off that tag end I have a drop shot lead. And I'm using a drop shot lead because these rivers are quite snaggy, so if I do get snagged up, that'll just pull free. I'll lose the weight, but I'll not lose the hook, so I can easily clip another weight on and I'm fishing again very quick. So that's it, simplicity at its best. And just even more simple than that, I have a piece of bread as my bait. I tear off a piece about the size of a £2 coin, a British £2 coin, and all I do is pinch it once around the shank of the hook. That's pinched once. See, the rest of it I've not pinched. And that's actually lighter, it's got more air in it. What happens is the weight takes the bait down and your line straightens out with a current and it flutters about like so, and a hungry chub, big largemouth, comes along and just nabs it. So let's put that into practice and let's show you how easy it is to catch a nice English chub. Got a creek down onto a bank here and I'm going to see if I can catch a chub. Very quietly does it, very quietly. You see, in this type of fishing you don't really even need a rod rest because the bites should be voracious. I mentioned before that chub are voracious feeders. Their mouths are huge, so that flake of bread should fit in without touching the sides. And they have no teeth, but their teeth are actually in their throat. They're called pharyngeal teeth, and they're very powerful because chub use them pharyngeal teeth to eat things like crayfish and crush them up, so they need quite powerful teeth. So here we go. Perfect spot. So what I'm actually doing now, I'm actually holding the rod in my hand, and just over my index finger is the braid. And that's a very sensitive part of your finger, and if you get any plucks, any nibbles, or any movement of the bait at all, it's transferred up the braid and into your finger. It's a very exciting style of fishing, just that anticipating, waiting for that chub to find your bait, to engulf it, and to dart back into its hole. So you can see where the fast water comes down the middle, and just on this side of it you've got that slow water, calm water, and you just see a line coming across, and this is what they call the crease. And I've just cast my bait into that crease and just let it come right naturally. Just felt a little pluck on my rod then, just so it's sitting on the edge of that fast water, and that's where the chub will be waiting. Oh, just pulled it out. I've just pulled it out of the chub's mouth. I got a bit too excited, and he's had the bread. Well, hopefully I haven't spooked him, and I can get it straight back in there. So as you can see, just pull a bit of bread off the main slice. Another way of doing it is if you can flatten it in your hand, take all the air out of it, because if they're feeding confidently, you can have it right on the bottom and still fold it hard against the shank, like so. That is a good bait. Let's get it back out into the same place. Just on that conveyor belt, and let it come round naturally in the current into the slower water. So that bait would have hit the water, started drifting down with the weight through that fast water. Current will be just bouncing the bread along the bottom, and it'll just come to rest just on the edge of the slow and fast water, just in front of the chub's nose. Quite a few predators on the River Ribble. We have otters. This is a usual otter spot. I've been fishing here at night, and the otters come right up onto the bank and scared the life out of me. A lot of the time I come down, if it's been raining and the banks are wet, you see the otter's footprints. Oh, you see? Oh, yep, yes, I'm in. There you go. Right exactly where that chub wanted it. Oh yes, I can feel its tail kicking. Oh, it's a cracker feeling. Bars of silver for me today, boys. Bars of silver for me. Happy days. Mr. Chubbo, you see, Chub will go straight for a snag. You've got to bullet him. You really have to bullet him out of the snags here. And you just don't know what is down there. We've just had a flood. There could be a tree down there under the water. So you just got to really hold on tight and really let the chub fight, but don't give him too much line. Here he comes. He's almost under the rod tip here. Oh yes, he's fighting. Here we are, Mr. Chub. Look at that big mouth as it breaks the surface, and it's not even a big one. Isn't that gorgeous? That's beautiful. That's only a little chub, but see the fight that gave me, unbelievable. Let's have a little look at her. Hello chubby. We just want to have a look at you. We're not going to harm you. We're just going to have a little look at you and put you straight back. Aren't you gorgeous? Look at the colours on this one here. See the bronzes along its back? You can just imagine that sitting on the bottom of the river in its hole, just waiting for that piece of bread to come flying past it. That's gorgeous. It really is. Remember I was telling you about the big mouth? Look at the size of that. And this isn't even a big chub. Just get the hook out. There we are. Just set that over somewhere safe. Let's get the rod away from it. There we are. You see, that weight is just pulled out of the snag. That's why I'm using drop shot weights. And let's have a look at this gorgeous fish before we slip her back. Aren't you beautiful? Aren't you just beautiful? Yes, you are. That's a gorgeous fish. I don't know, about £2 maybe. You can see how beautiful it is, you know, all the golds and bronzes. And in clear water you get this lovely golden bronze coloured sheen. And big predators' eyes, you see. A lot of predators need big eyes for hunting, especially at night. Record video. So there you have it. The voracious Mr. Chub with his big mouth and his big eyes and his big appetite. Absolutely beautiful. Goodbye, Mr. Chub. Say goodbye. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Let's get it back into the river. Well, there you have it. An hour's fishing on the River Ribble. One bike, one rod, one chub. Happy days. My bike's looking a little bit worse for wear. It's going to need a good clean when I get back. It is caked in mud, as am I. But it's all part of the fun. So, happy days, here we go. Oh, that'd be a good idea, wouldn't it? Take the lock off it. What an Egypt.